Is it recording?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I was thinking that we do a lot in discussing AI and how great it is or the changes in AI, but I thought we could have some fun with it where we can show how AI just misses the boat or is just off.
Yeah.
You know, where like you tell it to give you a picture of a fish and maybe it just can't get that picture and it can't get that, that like if we use generative AI where you say that maybe you want to have a specific scene, you look at the scene and all of a sudden you look at the people and they got like six fingers and you're like, look at AI. This is crazy. How many people have six fingers? Because usually it's 10 digits and then less, not more.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to focus in on just how just poke fun of it, but make it more. Life is not perfect, so there's no way that AI can be perfect. It does a lot of good, and there's a lot of things that are amazing, but I want to show how it's not, and maybe have fun with it. And I don't know if we can add it to the segment somehow, like
Yeah.
say, this is our laugh a minute where we show how just have a segment where we find one thing that just makes us laugh. That okay, look, yeah, it's not it, and I think people would appreciate that more.
Yeah.
I think people would be less of not afraid, not less afraid, but we've been trying to show how AI, what the ins and outs of AI is, and demystify AI. I think we need to just maybe make it more comical in some cases.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things that we started off with in this podcast, or everything we did, is to talk about military veterans that don't know what AI is,
Yeah.
and integrate that into their career transition, right?
Hmm.
Either use AI to soften their career transition,
Hmm.
use AI in their job, or find a job in AI, whatever the case is. We were talking about actually non-techies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, military veterans, just replace that with non-techies, right? Because most techies will transition into AI a lot faster. It's the non-techies that will have that difficulty either to stand on the edge and say, I'm not jumping in, or I want to jump in, but I just don't know where to jump, right? And if I jump,
Yeah.
how far can I swim? So this sort of indecisions, we want to help them. So what we're doing is actually helping the non-techies, period, right? Be
Yeah.
it military veterans or not, right? So we really have to do lighten it up, put some sarcasm behind it, put some
Yeah.
laughter behind it, just to ease that tension, right?
Yeah.
Because we are talking about a societal impact that impacts their income, impacts their family, well-being. So many ways we can split that onion, right? Uh, so I mean, as far as one of the benefit of making light sense out of it is that we give them something that they can say, how does AI impact that, right?
Hmm.
It's not necessarily based on what they're trying to do in life, but gives them a different perspective on saying like, hey, I think right before we started recording, we talked about troubleshooting things, right?
Hmm.
Things can go wrong, and when things goes wrong, how do you fix it, right?
Hmm.
Is there a value to learning from that point, sort of like backward, right? It's not like I'm going to give you some Lego pieces, you're going to put them together. We're doing it backward because it's non-techies, right? We have to make it exciting for them. So we have to say, I'm going to give you a Lego piece that's well built, but it just looks hilarious because I did it or whoever did it didn't do it right. Okay? Because we think we understand Lego, but to everybody else, this looks funny, right? Break that apart and put it back together, right? That's the joke behind it. That's the silliness behind it. Is they're like, okay, you get to do something very unique here because you're a non-techie, right? But in order for you to understand the tech, what if we give you a piece of Lego and then you break that apart and then just put it back together, or try to at least put it back to its original shape, or put it the way you would think it would fit based on, let's say, your subject matter expertise, your profession,
Yeah.
your interest in careers.